Hi, my name is Muking Zuo. I'm 10 years old and I'm currently studying at Leonfong Primary School. Well, I think that many of you in areas that have to experience quarantines, either staying at home or just traveling restrictions, that's really bad. Just traveling restrictions already? Well, never mind about that. I hope you guys are doing well. And I think many of you guys are browsing your webs, and yeah, I'm moving around a bit just to be activated. Just like a virus when it's activated, and just like your immune system when it's activated. Well, I hope you guys are browsing through webs and learning about our pandemic today. And for more information, a pandemic is something that's really, really large. It's kind of dangerous, okay? Really dangerous. Not just kind of. It's a really large spread of a virus that spread around really fast. It's way larger than a epidemic. Different from Ebola, but you can be sure that it's not like the influenza virus. Well, never mind about that. The one I'm talking about today is the coronavirus, or more commonly known as COVID-19, or maybe also known as on the news SARS-CoV-2, but we tend to call it COVID-19 more. It's kind of like a frequent name. So, where does the word corona in the name come from? We need to explain that first. Coronavirus, if you look through a microscopic picture, you can search online for those pictures. There's a virus. It's a round membrane that has a lot of spikes around it. So what is it? It looks like a crown, right? And the word corona basically doesn't mean any harm. Corona is just the root word in Latin meaning corona, and the virus is shaped like a crown. So it's called coronavirus, basically like crown virus. So it's this, coronavirus or crown virus. Like, what does it cause? Are there any dangers to it? I think there are. And how can we prevent from catching it? And another thing is prevention is always better than cure. So try to keep yourself safe, because preventing it is way better from curing it. I'll explain why. The virus inside it is covered first with a layer of fat membrane, and that's why you have to wash your hand with soap frequently, or hand sanitizers if you don't have soap. I'll go on that later. Well, inside it, it has some kind of membranes that includes its DNA and RNA. This is clinical for it to attack a human. Well, a human cell for the first time. Oh, human cell to call. Not just our human body, not just our body. I'm not calling it attacking a human because it'll attack our cells first. First, the virus enters your body, and then it uses one of those spikes that I said about, and hooks. That's where it's still not dangerous. It hooks onto one of those receptors, I'll call that receptors, in the front of your cell, waiting to be the first one to be attacked. Well, after it hooked up there, it fit perfectly. It enters your cells and starts to spread their DNA, its DNA and RNA around, forcing your cells to think that it's your body's DNA, and multiplying new cells that contain the virus. And by that, it's multiplying viruses, not healthy human cells. So it's not dangerous yet. We'll come to that later. If you're in contact with a surface that has this virus and you rub on your eyes, nose, or mouth. In your eyes, it will travel through your eyes, nose, or mouth, any one of those, into your lungs, and they attack the lung cells that I said about right there. Okay, so it attacks your cells, your lung cells, and overruns them. They know that this is danger. but they were overrun. So there was one last kind of rule for the cells: self-destruction. And you can know what destruction means. They just kill themselves. So millions of body cells, lung cells, are killing themselves, dying, and that infects the lungs. But that's not just as bad yet. In days, millions and billions of bacteria will be living in your cells, multiplying like there's no, this is my business, and I'm going to multiply in your lungs. And millions of lung cells are dying. They're self-destructing themselves. But that's not just as dangerous yet. There's one thing that your body will release on you, and it will be a real beast on you. That's your immune system itself. Oh, you may be thinking, what? Immune system? Basically, immune means to protect us. So why would the immune system harm us? Well, the immune system is signaled by the brain that this is a very dangerous virus or something, and they send way more soldiers than they're supposed to be. So much soldiers that they even send the killer cells, if you know what those cells are. Well, those killer cells basically overruns themselves. They don't self-destruct. That's a good thing. But they kill the virus. Another good thing, but there's a bad thing here. Along with your healthy lung cells and your body cells. So that's an overrun of immune soldiers. I'll call immune system soldiers. And it was not supposed to send that many soldiers. So basically, your body is just being a beast on you, and this virus is just like messing your whole body up. But there's a lucky side here. Well, I'm not saying that when you get infected it's going to be good or not, it's going to be bad. I think it will be bad. But most people infected with it will have some mild symptoms like fever, cough, high temperatures, that's still a fever, sneezes, just like that. Well, try to keep yourself at home. Stay at home when you have some of these mild symptoms. And some of these symptoms will kind of like appear. These are mild ones, and most people will recover. After that, we'll talk more about the immune system. Well, the immune system, like I said, the killer cells will kill your cells and the virus itself without knowing what to kill. Its job is just to kill, like a serial killer or something. It's not just saying that this is a good cell, I'm not going to kill it. So try to keep yourself safe. But some people recover, and that's a good thing. But there are some cases that are bad, really bad. And now it comes to soap and sanitizer. Soap, it's not just that it's poisonous or anything, that it kills the bacteria. No. It's because the soap is really slippery, and it has powers to eradicate the fat on the virus. Because I said about the virus is made of some kind of fat, layers of fat. So it eradicates the fat, and also the slippery side of the soap will wash away the virus by your hands rubbing together mechanisms. So try to remember to wash your hands before you ever touch any part of your face. And visualize it like this. Visualize it like you've just cut some jalapenos, and then wants to put your contact on. Those fiery chilies, well, jalapenos, and you want to put your contact on your eyes. So remember to visualize it that way. It's that important to wash your hands. When you don't have soap, you can use hand sanitizer, and hand sanitizers kind of work in a different way. It's like causing an earthquake for the viruses on your hand if you have some, and it breaks the thing up to little pieces. And there you go, it's destroyed. So I've just been saying a little bit of database about the coronavirus. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and try to keep yourself safe. Wash your hands, hand sanitize them if you don't have soap, And try to wear masks when you're going in public. Keep others safe. And if you're in any type of quarantine, like traveling restriction or specific orders to stay at home, and they're not rare now, try to be, I don't mean grateful, but try to be grateful. Yeah, I have to use that word. Well, not only is quarantine at home is not fun, also you cannot meet your friends, socialize like other people do. That's a bad side of quarantine, but look at the good side. It will help people if you have the virus and you're in quarantine at home, then you will help others by keeping them safe and keeping healthcare workers, cashiers, and people who have to do any type of work that includes socializing with people safe. So try to be grateful that you're in quarantine. If you have to be put under quarantine, like traveling restrictions, you can't go to supermarkets, meeting your friends, you can't meet your family members, or staying at home. So that's a good side of quarantine. You keep people safe, you keep healthcare workers, people who have to socialize with people for their work safe. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, and stay safe. Bye.